Hey, what's up guys? Alex here. It's the height of evening rush hour on this Wednesday, November 26th, 2025, the day before American Thanksgiving. And it's also less than a month until Christmas. So it's hard to believe we're already at the end of November. And then it won't be long, very, very long until 2026, a brand new year. And this 63B Ossington bus is packed. This is one of my home routes. But it tends to get pretty bad at rush hour because of crowding and then traffic approaching Eglinton Avenue at least. There's Ossington subway station. I just got off the train here. It was kind of raining earlier today, and then the sun made a very brief appearance. But as you can see, it got dark, and of course very early at that, just before 5:30 p.m. and it's around 6 degrees Celsius. And since I didn't make a video at all today, I thought I would make one right now. But normally I don't even make videos on Wednesday early evenings. Well, no class today, but I did go on campus to work on a final assignment with my friend, and we got a lot of progress done. And then I was thinking of other ideas to make a video. And so I thought I would come here instead. It's not too far from, not exactly far from home, but all it just takes is one bus after this. I believe we are in the Dovercourt Village neighborhood. I think 2 or 3 weeks ago I did a walking video on Dovercourt Road, which is just a few blocks west of here. Here comes the 63 Ossington bus heading south to Liberty Village. Why can't I talk? And we're going to be walking a much quieter part of Ossington. Well, actually, it's not quiet. It's lots of traffic, but this is like less compared to, the lively part of Ossington, which is between Queen and Dundas Streets near the Bellwoods area. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving to our American viewers down south. I just haven't done a walking video on the street in a while. Ossington is definitely underrated, but I chose a less livelier part of the street at least. This here, I'm not sure what the name of this place is, but it's a mosque, I think. Yeah, pretty much the whole way is just all semi-detached homes and stuff. Of course, these homes were probably built over 100 years ago. After all, we are in Old Toronto. How about the whole freaking news today? A fire, huge fire broke out at a apartment complex in Hong Kong, claimed the lives of nearly 37 people. That's just so crazy to hear. And then 2 National Guard troops were shot, I think dead, in DC. And then over here, somebody got freaking stabbed at Dundas subway station. And this comes at a time when, TTC is just boosting their plan to put mental health resource officers on the subway. In fact, I actually just saw people part of Mayor Olivia Chow's staff handing out these little brochures. Well, you can't really see it, but pretty much about the TTC budget. And then it says over here, again, you guys cannot see it, but it says making the TTC safer. Chow has announced a plan to put mental health crisis workers on subway platform. Yeah, because, unfortunately, these type of people keep intruding onto the system and they just wreak havoc. And they definitely need help, of course. I know you guys are going to disagree with what Chow's doing, but I don't see a problem with her yet. Maybe except for property taxes, but one step at a time, I guess. But I'm not going to say it's good or bad. But they definitely need to do a lot more to, make the system feel, welcoming. But after what happened today, I'm not too sure about that. It was like customer service agents at Dundas station that got stabbed literally in like freaking broad daylight around 1:10 p.m. I'm not surprised shit goes down at Dundas because, Dundas is in a very touristy area, right? You got Young Dundas Square, Eden Center, other attractions. And of course, Young and Dundas, they tend to have the most derelict people, stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe one of those guys decides to go in there and just fucking stab that guy. Pretty scary shit, I will say though. But of course, all the time when I'm riding the subway system, there's security guards, especially on the platforms, and sometimes I see them riding the trains. But they're probably only there just to handle localized incidents. And then if anything, they could just contact TTC supervisor or the police. And of course, most of these security guards are immigrants, so I'm not sure if they would know how to do the job. I'm not judging anybody, but yeah, definitely more work needs to be done. I mean, as like I support safety enhancements, but not if they make people uncomfortable, right? Especially when those fare inspectors, they have their body-worn cameras, stuff like that. I don't know, you guys are probably gonna disagree with me, but that's just what I think. It's just what happens, right? I'm filming on the subway, and I don't know, somebody with like mental health issues or drugs or maybe none of those, it just comes out and just randomly attacks me for no fucking reason. When am I gonna get the help? Because I've already heard some stories about that. They don't even give a shit about it. So now, so they waited until like 2 years ago just so they could, get their shit together. At least crime has been going down on the system, but that doesn't change the fact that some people feel very unsafe. Personally, I feel fine. You just have to be aware of your surroundings. That's all. Especially when you're filming, so please be careful, guys. It's not like the New York City subway where things happen all the time. And then I heard in Chicago someone got set on fire by some freaking lunatic. Anyway, enough of that. There's a couple of businesses here actually, including that one and this convenience store crossing Hallam Street. Another 63 Ossington bus. And tomorrow we're going to be getting some snow squalls. Whatever parts of Ontario will be getting about 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. So travel is going to be quite difficult to get around, but at least we're not facing the worst of it. But when I checked the weather network, I said tomorrow between 2 to 4 centimeters, which, it's not much. But it's outside the GTA, they'll be getting hit hard from, Windsor, Bruce County, and Kingston. That winter is in less than a month. Everybody's got their Christmas lights already, which is very nice to see. Very nice. We'll see even more of that over the next several weeks. I like Christmas, but I love Christmas and the holidays, but it's definitely overwhelming at times, especially during COVID and before. I'm not gonna get into that, but you get the idea. Let's enjoy these lights here as we're approaching DuPont Street. So Ossington ends at Dovercourt Road. Ironically, it was on Sunday. I was making a walking video along DuPont Street. I ended the video right at that corner outside the grocery store. Convenience store. And I had to wait freaking 12, 13 minutes for one. I knew it was going to be in for a long wait. And the bus was short turning at St. Clair, at Oakwood and St. Clair. And the next one probably would have been for another 13 minutes. Of course, I didn't want to wait that long, because sometimes, even though the 63 is a pretty good route, I'm very skeptical about the wait times and the headways. So as soon as I got off the bus at Oakwood and St. Clair, a streetcar immediately came, so I hopped on that, went to St. Clair West Station, and then I just went home from there, and I was able to get to Cedarvale before the next 63 bus came. So that was worth it. And this new development that just replaced a very old industrial building. Very, very old. Let's see, can we get a thumbnail here? Maybe. Yes. We got 3524 on the 63B. That's the peak hour only branch going to Oakwood and St. Clair. So I'll need the A branch to Cedarvale Station. And I got some options. I could just take it all the way to Glencairn and catch the 109 or 164 or Line 1 subway. Or if none of those buses are coming, I can just get off at Marley and Eglinton and walk home from there. It's not far, but it's not long, but it's a much longer walk than having to get off at Glencairn and go from there. Well, I'll see when we get to near Cedarvale. Again, sorry for the lens flare. It seems to be a bigger problem at night. And of course, we're getting ready for the official opening of the Finch West LRT. I made a walking video yesterday. Just before I started, though, I had like two members of a Toronto Star come up to me. We were having a short discussion, but I didn't really consent to be featured on the news as yet. But they were very friendly anyways, and I did my video all the way to Jane. And, since it's definitely high priority, I got it up the same night as well. And now it has nearly 1,000 views just because, this is we're talking about major rapid transit here. So, yeah, can't wait for that. Even though it's open for Eglinton, I'll take it. And I'll be there on opening day, of course. This is the CP rail line in Midtown subdivision. Used to have passenger service a very, very long time ago, and I think they should honestly add commuter train service here to, relieve congestion at, Union Station downtown. There's another bus behind me. That's the A branch. And I think this is the start of Geary Avenue. Another underrated street here in the city, known for its art in the summer. Laid back vibes, of course. Huh. This is a mini hydro corridor, but I didn't know this is some sort of park you could just walk through. That's interesting. And I'm not sure you guys can see, but there's a little bit of art. Let me see if I could just increasing the brightness on that. Oh man, I'm starting to get hungry. Yeah, Finch West I can't wait for. I've been watching a lot of videos of a new REM branch in Montreal. That's the new light metro network. Oh man, it's amazing, right? You guys remember I did a video. Sorry. I did a video on the original branch to Brossard, Quebec, which is south of Montreal, back on opening day. I just happened to be there. And immediately I was impressed. And then I saw, and then the new branch up to the northwestern suburbs just opened up. Oh man, it's amazing. It's so freaking amazing. I really wanted to go this fall, but I could not work out with that, just because of school and the timing. So it's gonna have to be in spring, especially because the other branch will be opening by then. But yeah, very, very amazing technology for a rapid transit system. And that has me even more excited for the Ontario because it's going to work exactly like the REM. You guys can check out my video from 2 years ago. But I've seen a lot of other ones. Oh, that's the B branch. Never mind. Of course, I won't need that because it won't get me home. So hoping to go to Montreal. I really want to go back. Montreal's an awesome city. I really want to go back next spring. As for Ottawa, I was gonna go last month, at least to check out, the O Train Confederation line extension. But now I heard that's gonna be delayed till next year. So at least we'll get lines 5 and 6 before that opens. But my reading week is in February, so maybe I'll plan a trip to the nation's capital for then. I haven't been to Ottawa in 4 years. It's one of the more underrated Canadian cities. It's quite small too, despite being the capital of Canada. And I've said it before, I was less fond of Ottawa since my last visit, especially during COVID, and then the stupid fucking convoy protesters took over. I just grew less fond of it. I just felt like there was nothing to do there. But I'll go there to ride their transit, right? I've been on the O train before. Yes, it's had a lot of problems, but it's still a pretty impressive system. And they opened 2 diesel light rail lines earlier this year, so I'll definitely ride them. But I'm gonna wait until they announce an opening day for the Eastern Extension, and then I'll plan a trip to Ottawa, of course, around February, and then Montreal for spring. I'll be done my 4th year of university by then, but I won't be graduating just yet. All right, so we are almost at the end of the video. We are coming up to Dovercourt Road. All I gotta do now is just wait for the 63A. I should be home in probably 25 minutes or less, or maybe more than that. But I don't see a bus coming. Yeah, good to see the Christmas lights. Yeah, I want to check out the winter village of a distillery district. We still call it the Christmas market. And then this Saturday is when the cavalcade of lights begin. We're going to light up the Christmas tree in Nathan Phillips Square. I'll be there along with Sapand and Yoshi. I'm not sure who else. All right, here's the stop. Coming up to Dovercourt Road. So we walked from Bloor Street West up to Dovercourt Road. Not a bad walk, not far at all. That's how I like it. So one video done, better than nothing. Yeah, guys, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my others as well. Happy Thanksgiving again to our American viewers. Enjoy your long weekend, and most importantly, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care and adios. Bye bye.